Wichita, Kansas, 1974. A calm morning hums with the distant sound of lawnmowers and the laughter of children. The Otero family begins their day unaware that their peaceful suburban home has caught the attention of a stranger. Outside, a man in a dark coat walks past slowly, eyes studying every window, every movement. He's ordinary, the kind of man you wouldn't notice twice. His name is Dennis Rader, a husband, a father, and a city compliance officer. But inside his mind, there's a storm of obsession and control. He calls himself BTK, bind, torture, kill. Morning light floods the Otero home when a sharp knock startles them. Dennis stands at the door pretending to be a repairman. His tone is polite, his eyes calm, too calm. Within minutes, fear spreads like wildfire. He pulls out a gun, orders them to stay still. One time and he binds them, father, mother, children, with ropes he brought in his briefcase. His voice remains emotionless, almost mechanical. When it's over, silence fills the air. Only the ticking of the kitchen clock remains. He wipes his hands, straightens his tie, and leaves, calm as if he had finished a day's work. The news shocks Wichita. An entire family was brutally murdered. No sign of forced entry, no motive, no clue. The police call it a slaughterhouse, but the killer calls it a message. Weeks later, a letter arrives at a local news station. Typed, deliberate, signed, I am BTK, which means bind them, torture them, kill them. The city begins to lock its doors, looking over shoulders, sleeping with lights on. Dennis Rader continues his ordinary life. Church volunteer, scout leader, code enforcement officer. He smiles in family photos, nods politely at church. Nobody suspects the kind, quiet man who enforces neighborhood rules could be the one terrorizing the same neighborhood. But inside, he feeds the hunger. Each headline, each news broadcast mentioning BTK gives him a thrill. He writes again, mocking the police. How many do I have to kill before I get my name in the paper? He wants fame, not freedom. Years pass. The killings stop. Wichita breathes again. Then in 2004, 3 decades later, BTK returned. A local TV station receives another letter. A word puzzle, a floppy disk, a taunt. He asks, can this disk be traced? Be honest. The police say no. They lie. When the disk arrives, forensic analysts trace it to Christ Lutheran Church, Wichita, to a computer registered under Dennis Rader. A cold February morning 2005, police swarm his neighborhood. Dennis Rader stands beside his car as officers close in. He doesn't resist. He smiles faintly, as if he knew this moment was inevitable. Inside his home, they find photographs, drawings, and trophies, mementos from his victims. When questioned, he confesses without emotion, yes, I am BTK. In court, he describes each murder in chilling detail. Mechanical, methodical, emotionless. Reporters watch in disbelief as the once trusted family man recounts acts of horror, like reading from a grocery list. One detective whispers, he's not insane, he's evil. When sentenced to 10 consecutive life terms, Rader nods, calm, still in control. But as he's led away, his mask cracks for a moment, a flicker of pride replaced by emptiness. Years later, his daughter speaks publicly. She remembers a loving father, not a monster. The duality of his life haunts her and an entire generation. BTK wasn't a shadow lurking in alleys. He was a neighbor, a church leader, a man who waved to mailmen and watered his lawn. That's the horror. Evil doesn't always wear a mask. Sometimes it smiles politely. Like and subscribe for more true crime stories, each one a reminder that darkness often hides behind familiar faces.